So everybody is headed for the gates on Jungle Freaks. They're exiting and they're out. And everyone's panicking, freaking out, and saying that it's over. Now, why is that? Guys, if you haven't heard, you haven't been keeping up, images have surfaced of Trossley, the artist for Jungle Freaks, right? Images have surfaced of his old artwork or his old paintings or drawings or whatever here. And so this is what they look like. And so people are interpreting this to be racist, and that's why you're seeing the price dump and get killed now. And so I'm going to give you my opinion on this topic. Now, obviously, this is highly controversial, so you're going to have a bunch of people talk shit, and you're going to have a bunch of people who are just going to make a big deal about this, and, that's unavoidable. At the end of the day, nobody came for your opinion, you came for mine, right? So if you want to be an asshole in the comments and be a dick to everybody, then that's on you, you know what I mean? But once again, nobody came for your opinion, so I would advise you to just shut the hell up. So let's get into what I think about this. Well, first off, I haven't sold any of them, and I rather hold this to zero than sell it. And that's just me, We've got 2, 5, 8, 10 there. And you guys know I put around 45K into these, but I've told you guys from the start, since day one, that we got into these. I said, look, we're going to put 45K, and I'm totally cool to lose all of that, right? And that's what I told you since the beginning, and that doesn't change. And, at this point, a lot of people get emotional, blah, blah, blah. To me, it's just another trade, guys. There's 365 days in a year. You will have losing trades. This was a winning trade. This trade was like 3x. We went all the way up to 1.8, 1.9 Ether. It was a great trade. But there are uncontrollables that you can't control, and that's just the game, whether that's NFTs, crypto, stocks, options, right? There will always be uncontrollables. There will always be black swan events, crazy things that pop up. But anyways, can we recover? I'll try to answer this question here closer to the end of the video, but I want to give my opinion on the images, right? Because everyone thinks supposedly this is racist, but when I say everyone, that's actually 10% of people. I promise you, a lot of people, 80 to 90% of people don't think this is racist. How do we know that? Because there's 10,000 items and only 2,000 listed, which means 8,000 of them aren't even listed, which I gotta say, I'm so surprised, I'm shocked, after something like this, in the way the media or the way people are perceiving this, you would think there would be 5,000 dumped onto the market. And so I think this is an achievement in itself. Obviously, yeah, the price isn't pretty if that's all you're focused on is the price, right? But to me, it's an incredible feat that it's only got 2,000 listings after today, and the way the media is freaking making this sound right now. So I want to give you my opinion. Do I think this is racist? Do I think this is horrible? Do I think this is the end? Well, I want to first point out that just because you draw something does not mean that you're promoting that, right? So if you draw this, that does not mean you're promoting racism. Yes, this is an unpleasant picture. Yes, it is not cool. I do not like looking at this picture, but it is by no means a promotion of racism. Does that make sense? So it may be uncomfortable to look at. It may not be the best picture in your opinion, but it is by no means a promotion of racism. Does that make sense? And so actually, as crazy as this may sound, and I'm not saying this will happen, okay? I'm speaking hypothetically here. This could literally be used as a picture in a textbook to teach kids about police brutality. How is that racist? I mean, this could literally be used to actually teach kids what police brutality looks like. So just because you see racism doesn't mean that it's a promotion of racism. This is my opinion. If you want to be an asshole about that, you can go ahead, do that in the comments, but remember, nobody came for your opinion, you came for mine. And you can hate all you want, this is my opinion, and I'm being transparent and giving you my thoughts on this. And so to me, it is an overreaction. That being said, I'll never blame someone for feeling the way they feel about this. Right? You have the right to feel however you want to feel about this. You have the right to think whatever you want to think. But in my opinion, a depiction of racism is not a promotion of racism. And on top of that, okay, have you played Grand Theft Auto 5? Have you went around that video game and have you shot black people, white people, fucking aliens? Have you shot the people with the raccoon mask on their fucking head? Is that racist? Fuck no, it's not racist. And GTA 5, how many of you have played that game, right? How many of you went around in the city and fucking shot people? And so, is that racist? No, it's not racist, right? And so, if it's okay to go shoot colored skin in a video game, then how is this worse than going in a video game and actually doing that kind of thing? You know what I mean? But guess what? If you play GTA 5, that's not racist. So how are you going to say that this is racist? And the reason I bring that up is because I had comments who say like, oh, this guy is an idiot. He said it's just a cartoon that just shows he has no care for it. Actually, if we can say this is just a cartoon, then we should be able. Then how are you able to say that Grand Theft Auto 5 is just a video game? You see what I mean? So it makes zero sense, because if you can go around GTA 5, run around the city, curb stomp fucking people's heads into the curb, fucking hijack their cars, and like, it just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? That's my opinion. Please do not be a dick about it. I'm not being a dick to you. I'm not gonna fucking stomp and ruin your day because you have your own opinion. You can disagree. But in my opinion, once again, I'll repeat it one last time, a depiction of racism is not a promotion of racism. And so here, for example, here, boom, I got a drawing. Is that racist? Is that racist? No, it's not. And so to me, it's a major, this is so overblown. Like I said, these pictures are not pleasant. But there are so many artworks out there. There are so many pieces of work that are unpleasant, that are disgusting, that are nasty. And to be honest, that's 85% of art. 85% of art is crazy, okay? So to me, it makes no sense. To me, I think it's just a bunch of fucking, I'm not trying to be too rude here. Like I said, you can feel however you want to feel about this, but in my opinion, I don't deem this to be racist. Does it make sense? So to me, look, it doesn't matter what I think. What matters is what the market thinks, and the market thinks that it's racist. The market thinks it's over. The market thinks they want to get out, and that's what the market has chosen. But that being said, to me, okay, I think it's foolish. I think it's just kind of dumb, in my opinion. Let me know. I think 80% of the people, 80% of people don't think that this is racist. I think 80% of people actually agree with me. Yeah, these pictures, they're not pleasant. Yeah, no one wants to look at that, but at the end of the day, if you are hired by a magazine and a magazine says, look, we need you to draw this, we need you to depict police brutality or whatever, right? We need you to draw this. You're going to do your job, and that doesn't mean you're promoting that. You know what I mean? That's your job. You know what I mean? So, look, guys, you can think whatever you want to think. You can bash me. You can you can see the backlash in the comments. This is my opinion, and I think the thing is, this market is primarily driven by fear, greed, and emotion. I mean, that goes for all markets, right? But even more, it's like multiplied in NFTs. Because it's just artwork at the end of the day, that if the perceived value of that artwork drops, then the price drops. Where, as a stock, I mean, I don't know. We don't need to jump into that rabbit hole, but I think you get what I mean. You know what I mean? It's like a leveraged position of fear and greed when it comes to NFTs. And so, look, I think the market has perceived this incorrectly, but that's my opinion. You know what I mean? That is my opinion. Many will disagree, but I hope some of you do agree with me, and I'm always going to keep it real with you. I'm always going to give you my opinion. I'm not going to shy away like many channels out there who will avoid confrontation, who will avoid giving their opinion, who will avoid controversial ideas and topics like this. I want to tell you my opinion, whether you agree or disagree. I want you to at least respectfully disagree if that's your case, and I hope that makes sense. So it's going to be very hard to recover, but for me, like I said from the beginning, I put 45K, and I told you guys I'm happy to lose all 45K. You know what I mean? Obviously not happy to, but this 45, if this goes to zero, that doesn't hurt me, guys. You know what I mean? That is A-okay with me. Obviously not pleasant, but that's the name of the game. You got 365 days in a year. You got over 60 trades in a year if you take one trade every 6 days. This is one of them, and right now it's a loser. But that being said, I'd rather hold this to zero than sell it, because to me, it doesn't seem right, right? It doesn't seem right. How badly this collection, how badly the people behind it, how badly they've been vilified for what these actions are. I mean, I think it's horrible. You know what I mean? I think it's horrible, and I think it's a massive overreaction. And overall, at the end of the day, the reason I know 80% of people agree with me is right here. You got 10,000 items and only 2,000 listed. That's how I know for a fact minimum 80% of people agree with me, and there's probably 10% of people who are extreme, who just sit on their ass all day and always got shit to complain about. You know what I mean? There's always going to be haters. Whether you're Tom Brady, whether you're LeBron James, you could be the greatest, you could be the nicest, you could be the just most fantastic person in the world. There will be haters. There will be that 10% of people who are just going to freak out, panic, and say that it's so wrong, it's so bad. But we're used to that, aren't we? So that's my take on Jungle Freaks. I'd rather hold it to zero than sell it. And ultimately, I think you can build something very powerful here, because right now, if you're holding a Jungle Freak, it feels like you're an underdog. At least that's my opinion, right? It feels like the whole world's trying to go against you. The whole world's trying to put you down. But really, it's only like 10% of people who always complain, who always got a problem with everything, and will always be the first to try to put you down. You know what I mean? So by holding one of these, it almost feels like an underdog story to me, where it's almost like you're flipping off all the people who are trying to put you down and tell you you're a fucking bad person when you know you're not a bad person, right? There's people out there on Twitter and on the internet trying to tell you you're a bad person because you're holding an NFT, and that by holding that NFT, that means you're supporting the artist. Do you understand that by holding one of these NFTs, that doesn't mean that you support the artist necessarily. You can also hold it just because you actually like the art and because you want it. You know what I mean? So people will try to vilify you, villainize you, right? They'll try to make you sound like a horrible person, but like I said, you're holding one of these, you know yourself, and you know you're not a bad person. So to me, it's almost like we're the villains of the NFT space now, right? We're playing the heel, kind of like Colby Covington, right? The UFC fighter is going to be fighting this next weekend. By the way, if you want to join our Alpha Discord group soon, we're actually going to be doing, okay, a poll, or not a poll here. It's like a Google Doc. So you're going to fill out the Google Doc with all your picks for UFC this next weekend, and if you guess all of them right, you get an instant whitelist into our Alpha Discord group, right? You still need ETH to mint our NFT here, which is, it's only going to be limited to 100 people only, right? But basically, like, if you know Colby Covington, that's what I kind of feel like we are here, right? We're like the villain. We're playing the heel now, or like, you know, everyone hates us, but it's like, dude, we're not actually a bad person. You know what I mean? So kind of funny. This is like NFTs. Then we're talking about being good people, and we're talking about racism. I mean, it's all over the place, guys. At the end of the day, do what's best for you. But you now know what I think about this situation. It's crazy, crazy times, and oh my God, 0.01 floor, right? So. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Hope you guys enjoy my opinion. And if you didn't like my opinion, then look, you want to be a dick, go for it. But, you know, no one came for your opinion. I'll say that the last time. So, all right, guys, follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. That's going to wrap it up for today's video. And get ready to put your UFC picks in for this Saturday. I'm going to post that Google form here very soon. And yeah, anyone who goes 7 for 7 on the UFC fights this weekend, you'll get yourself that whitelist spot in our NFT. And like I said, our NFT is going to be super limited, and there's only going to be 100 spots. You know what I mean? So it's going to be very, very limited supply, very high demand to get into our group, and you definitely want to. So test your luck, try to guess the fights this weekend, and I will see you guys on the next video. Take care, bye.